Welcome to This Explainer. Ever wonder what it actually takes to build a utopia totally from scratch? Well, today we're impartially unpacking a seriously fascinating announcement from back in 2017, the birth of the Lifechanyuan Canada new Oasis for Life community. What makes this so captivating is how it takes these very practical, humble realities of sustainable farming and blends them with, honestly, some incredibly sweeping cosmic utopian ambitions. We're going to explore exactly what this movement is all about, what they're trying to build, and the profound philosophical goals driving the whole thing forward.
All right, let's jump right in. To really wrap our heads around this movement, we've got to start with a founder, Su Feng. On September 29th, 2017, he made this grand official declaration. He didn't just announce a new property purchase. He framed that exact date as a momentous, historic occasion dedicated to the glory of the greatest creator, as well as to sages, saints, and Buddhists throughout history. It was officially declared a blessing for current and future generations.
Section 1, a new Canadian oasis.
Now, despite all that monumental, world-changing language used in the opening, this grand community actually began on a surprisingly humble plot of land. Just 10 acres of Canadian farmland with a single beautiful house. It's a pretty striking contrast, right? You have this massive philosophical vision taking root on a relatively small, specific piece of North American soil.
And get this, they initially used the space as a bed and breakfast. It was basically an open invitation. You could come stay, share ideas, and your vacation would directly fund sustainable human development. It was just a highly practical way for them to both fund their growth and spread their values. Section 2, plans for the community.
But the vision definitely doesn't stop at a single house. The blueprint expands to include working farms, lush gardens, a full hotel, an entertainment center, and an exhibition center. I mean, that is a whole lot of infrastructure to pack into 10 acres. But the goal is to create a fully functioning, self-contained mini society and an international gathering place.
So who's going to run all this? Well, to staff and populate this dense mini society, they set a demographic target of about 100 to 300 people. It's a very carefully chosen number, large enough to run the farms and exhibition centers, but small enough to keep that intentional, close-knit vibe in such a compact space. They envision this group as a completely international family. They explicitly welcome individuals from totally different cultural, religious, national, and ethnic backgrounds, bringing together people of different skin colors to live harmoniously. The big idea is to leverage Canada's cultural diversity to create a literal microcosm of a unified world on this single farm. Section 3, the spiritual philosophy. This brings us to their collective identity. Followers of the movement are called Chanyuan Celestials. These aren't just your average farmers. They're individuals who believe they are basking in sacred light, practicing the teachings of historic sages to present this lifestyle to the rest of the world. Their philosophy is anchored by 4 core tenets. And notice how it centers really heavily on the greatest creator, who they define as the supreme master of the universe. They vow to revere life and nature, all while strictly walking on the path set by this spiritual framework to guide their everyday actions. Driven by these tenets, the founder actually proposes discarding traditional society altogether in favor of a brand new life mode. They aren't just trying to live off the grid for a bit. They are attempting to rewrite the fundamental rules of production and daily life from scratch, completely abandoning the way humanity currently operates. Section 4, the utopian vision. Now, this is where the vision reaches its absolute peak. The founder declared that the opening of this small farm marked year 1 of a new 1,000-year era. Yeah, a full millennium. They predict that from this moment on, everything, from the weather to human society, will evolve toward their ideals. It's a breathtakingly large timeline, sparked by a single 10-acre community. And the ultimate goal for this millennium? A globe with 0 national boundaries. Imagine a world where citizens can migrate and move freely across the Earth without a single restriction. A completely open, unified planet. According to them, this is the era humanity has been dreaming about, finally coming to fruition. To frame these monumental goals, the tone shifts in the final sections, pulling directly from classical Chinese poetry. It quotes the legendary poet Du Fu. By using this specific verse about building massive mansions to shelter the poor and make them smile, it evokes an ancient, deep-seated desire to provide refuge, comfort, and joy to the vulnerable. They also draw on another classical poet, Tao Yangming, to illustrate a deep longing to escape the dense, noisy traffic of modern society. It paints this beautiful picture of finding profound peace and simplicity within nature. You know, picking flowers, looking at the mountains, and listening only to the sounds of wind, rain, and waves.
This final evocative imagery beautifully ties their modern farming project right back to an ancient romantic ideal, escaping the burdens of society for a pure paradise, elevating the soul just like geese flying into a sunset. It suggests that this oasis is way more than just a farm. It's meant to be a sanctuary for the spirit.
So, as the Lifechanyuan movement continues to share this ambitious vision across their international websites, we're left to ponder a truly fascinating question. Will this humble 10-acre plot of Canadian farmland actually spark a 1,000-year, borderless utopia for all of humanity? It's an incredible proposition for sure, and it definitely leaves us wanting to see exactly what grows from this Canadian oasis.